Welcome to the Vendetta Effect.
Oh, I hope you're ready for this. It's gonna hurt, and I'm not that sorry. I've got a secret to keep. You'll only get in the way. So here's your ticket to hell. I'll never give you a chance to save me. I'm gonna bury you deep so I can put you away.
Welcome back to the Vendetta Effect, and let's start by introducing our players, and let's start with Rob.
Hey guys, I'm Rob and I play Spencer.
And Devin.
Hi, I'm Devin, and this is not Fate of Heroes, and I play Mason.
Thank you. I'm hoping that will be edited out. And Em.
Hi, I'm Em, and I play Tabitha Sawyer.
And Webby.
I'm Webby. I'm Doc. I'm a disappointment.
Oh,
Whoa!
nobody
You're my-
said that.
You're my disappointment.
Wow, okay. I did not say that. Let's put it that way. All right, so last time you guys were, I wouldn't say ordered, but you found out that
Commanded.
you need to go to
Ordered,
Cairo.
forced,
Yep.
arm twisted.
That's true. To head to Cairo and try and resolve the information that was found in France. And in going there, you met with the Coptic museum director, who then took you to a palace or temple in Memphis, Egypt. And thereupon, you found some strange drawings, some strange names mentioned, and specifically about a reference to a gate in the Sinai Peninsula where Moses got the Ten Commandments. And with that, you guys were headed to a monastery in the area of the... what is the name of that mount? Dang it. What's the mountain name? Ten Commandments. I should have looked this up. I don't know why I don't remember. Mountain... is it's Horeb. Mount Horeb. There we go. That were legendarily inspired at a place called Mount Horeb, and this monastery, Orthodox monastery, was built there. Probably about 1,000 years after more than that. 1,000 years after Christianity was founded, and so you guys are driven there by escorts who then take you up that way. When you get there, there is a few of the monks are busily working on a few of their projects, and the lead father is standing there when you arrive. And he looks at you all and says, "Greetings, how can I help you?"
We were wondering if you had any kind of relics or information about Moses and some kind of gate that might have been in the area, or anything to do with that could run very fast.
I don't have mentions of someone who runs very fast, but I do have mention of a gate complex that was built by, or at least mentioned anyway, at some point back in, I'd say the Greek period. And he brings out a map and plops it down, and he says, if you look here, this is Horeb, which is near where we're at in this valley. But if you go this way, and he points to direction to the north, he says there's an old Greek temple that was founded in an area around here south of the oasis, and there was talk that there was conversations about gates there. I'm not exactly certain if this is referenced as you're describing it, but certainly there could be a possibility. I'm not sure.
Is it just quiet?
Yeah, right, everybody's muted.
Oh, okay.
So it's all up to you. Go,
Oh
Tabby.
no. Oh no. Um. That's no. I look at Spencer. All right, Spencer, take it away.
I think Spencer might be dealing with a thing.
Oh no, Doc, take it away.
Doc is just scribbling in his notebook,
As Tabby just
wandering
panicked.
around, most likely to places he's not supposed to be.
Okay, excellent.
So the priest looks at you and says, are you wanting to go to the site?
Yes, definitely.
And he smiles and says, I will have one of our people take you. Okay. Spencer's back. And he goes and he says, you will need to dress appropriately, but it is a bit of a walk, but we have a few horses we can loan. We don't have a lot of vehicles around here.
What if I'm allergic to horses?
Well,
I'll
then
just
it's a
have to
bit of a-
sneeze a lot.
Or you can sneeze a lot. It's up to you. You could take a camel, I guess.
John,
Yes.
the colored portions of any of these cave drawings,
Uh-huh.
I'm going to go and very lightly scrape some into a glass vial
Oh no.
From,
from the wall or wherever.
like, okay. So you're at a monastery at the moment. You talking at the temple you were doing this? Or are you talking at the monastery?
I
Oh
think he
man,
means at the monastery.
the monastery is the one that we're currently at that has like the pictures of like the fast moving person on the wall.
No, that was
the
at
place
the
we left.
temple.
Oh, that was the temple.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then I would have. How far away was that?
Maybe
Memphis.
500 miles or something.
Yeah.
Are we going back through there?
No. So tell me what you were going to do, and we'll say you did it. How about that?
Okay, just the colored portions, like you said, that there were some very odd colored portions. Like
Mhm.
when Spencer brought up that they wouldn't have had colored clothing that
Right.
style.
Yeah, they were referring to the drawing of the hair.
Right, that
possibly
was
a
on the wall,
cloth.
right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm scraping some of that off.
Okay. You probably would have had to have done that while the others were busy.
That's fine.
Because there may have been a comment or two. But
That's
yeah,
fine.
you could get a few flakes off anyway.
All right, it's more so for like carbon dating and to figure out what they used for like the coloring, like if it was a chalk or
Fair enough.
stuff like that.
Okay. Alrighty. So yeah, I will say that you were able to do that. And yeah. So they then take you oh, pardon me. So they end up taking you to this site. It is in the desert, which I mean you're already in the desert, but it's even more isolated. And it is sort of north of the mountain range. And in this area, there's an oasis to the north of it. But this area may at one time have had an oasis or maybe a water source, but it appears to have been long gone since then. And we'll bring you there. So this is where you're at. One of the things that you can see is what looks to be a bunch of broken and destroyed buildings, a few statues that look Greek in nature buried in the ground, sticking out pieces and bits. But oddly, there are two things sort of out of place. One of which is a what looks to be a gate with two pillars and a top over it, which it is empty of anything, but the drawings on it look much more ancient than anything else that you've seen. And of course, there's a burned out Israeli tank in the middle of this area.
Doc is just going to slowly look around at everybody and then look at the tank and start writing in his notebook.
Okay. It is a old Sherman tank, is what you know.
All right.
And he's very familiar to you from the war. So
Spencer will immediately start heading towards the gate.
okay. As you walk up to it, you can see that it has elaborate drawings. Basically, they look a bit like hieroglyphics, but then they look a bit like writing of various types. And some of the writing looks familiar to you. Can you roll me a clever roll, please? Yeah, you definitely see what looked to be very similar writing to what you saw on the document you got from Korea.
So I'll point that out to the others. This this stuff here relates to that. I guess we would call it an alien language that we discovered.
Let's say unusual language.
Because Tabby's not comfortable with alien. The other thing you notice is that the pillars are made from something which doesn't look stone. It looks sort of like a cross between a stone and a metal.
Ooh. It's very strange.
Doc, you may want to get a scraping of this material here.
Yeah. What's this over here?
That is a Sherman tank.
That is a Sherman
okay,
tank.
that's the Sherman
Yes.
tank. All right.
Yeah, it's
in this angle.
the big black area is basically where it was blown up.
Okay.
And so basically that bit is twisted metal and kind of ripped into it. Doc is now wandering around the gate over and over and over.
I'm very thorough.
Can I rub my hands all over the gate to see if there's something to touch that will activate it or something, or dig out around it?
Okay, roll me a clever roll, please.
Ooh, snazzy.
Snazzy.
4.
Very nice. So you put your hands around the pillar. As you start to touch it to sort of see things, it kind of reacts a little bit to you.
Oh, that's scary.
And you feel, every once in a while, you feel like your hand is being touched back.
Oh, yeah. She sort of makes that noise the first time it happened. Says, it's touching me back, and then she's going.
It's usually what happens when you touch things, Tabby. They touch you back because you're touching them.
But it's a pillar. It shouldn't be doing that. And I sort of take out a piece of paper and I mark where I felt that happen. I draw a rectangle to represent the gate, and then I mark where it happened on the piece of paper.
Are there symbols on this this gate, John?
Yes, there are hieroglyphics as well as other writing, which has been identified as being not of this world, according to.
Doc is gonna frantically flip through his pages in his notebook and then close it and stare at one particular symbol of the not of this world writing.
Yeah.
He's gonna say, interesting. Spencer, come here.
Sure, Doc. What is it?
Give me your hand.
Okay.
Okay, see this symbol right here?
Yeah.
And when he's looking at the symbol, Doc's going to take a scalpel and just cut the palm of his hand really quick and then slam his hand on the symbol. He's just gonna stand there and stare.
The pillar again touches you back,
Ugh.
and in a way, you get the feeling like your hand sinks into the pillar briefly.
Oh fudge!
Ooh, nice catch. Nice catch.
Good catch.
So Spencer yanks his hand back and he says, "Ow, Doc."
Well, shouldn't be writing things about me, Spencer. And Doc wanders back over to the tank.
I'm going to like straight up like push myself into the pillar, like my whole body.
Okay.
So you're hugging it like a pole dancer, and Spencer's
Yes,
just
I
watching,
am.
like, what the hell is she doing?
You okay? As you touch it with your body, okay. Interesting. You feel yourself staring at something. Ever so briefly, out of the corner of your eye, it feels like something is creeping up on you.
I'm getting shivers. I'm going to say to them, there's something creeping up on me when I do this. I can feel it out of the corner of my eye.
Yeah, it's merely our Egyptian guide. Don't worry about him.
Sorry. Sorry, I didn't mean to swear.
It's fine. It's fine.
She's going to you say that the blood got more of a reaction, right? She's going to cut her arm and like smear blood all over her hands, and then she's gonna like touch all of the symbols, like
Oh,
get blood on
Tabby,
them.
that's not sanitary.
And then
Spencer's watching you like you've gone insane.
She's going to like dig in the sand first though to like see if there's anything below that they need to touch, like clear away.
Okay. As you clear away, you see this pillar continue to go down.
Ooh, all right. Let's start digging, guys, she says and looks at you guys. There's more down here.
You go right ahead and do that, Tabby. Meanwhile, I'm going to try and see if I can read any of these things that are on the gate.
That are now smeared with blood.
Yeah.
Is there any reaction when she smears them with blood?
Well, I mean,
They're smeared
Sort
with
of.
blood now.
yeah, they're smeared with blood now. That's true.
And now you have sand in your wound.
That's great. That's cool.
Yeah, so I'm sure it hurts not at all.
It burns a lot. But she's gonna
Uh-huh.
do I have a shovel or anything? Can I roll to see if I thought to bring a shovel?
You can roll to see if you have a shovel yet.
What kind of shovel? What
We already
roll?
established in, I think, episode 2 that Tabby walks around with one of those little short fold-out, like, military shovels.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
true. You are
Oh,
right.
yeah.
Yes, she did.
Awesome. Yeah, okay. So I take out my shovel and I start digging and, moving things back. And I'm going to go over to the tank if the sand starts coming down and see if I can panel off or whatever to, like, panel off an area so the sand doesn't keep pouring in.
No problem.
Okay.
As you dig down,
Yeah.
you dig and
Should
you
I roll,
dig
like,
and
a
you dig.
forceful or something to see how I do?
I mean, if you want, sure. It's sand. It's just effort.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Go ahead, roll a forceful.
As I'm looking at this tank, I'm
Three.
gonna look at Mason and very nonchalantly just say, I cut Spencer. And then go back to looking at the tank.
I just kind of look at the sky, thinking for a moment, look back. It was a matter of time.
It's a matter of time, anyway.
It was only a matter.
Okay, so for about we'll say 5 good minutes of digging, you have still not found the bottom of this thing.
Oh dear. I'm gonna say we'd have to get a whole team in to see. Is there more symbols as I go?
Yes. To this point, yes.
Nice. Okay. I'm gonna say, hey, Spencer, there's more symbols and stuff down here. I feel like to really get a good picture of this and see about, I don't know, activating it or something, we need to get a team out here to dig.
I'm sure we will at some point, but right now I'm just trying to see what these ones say up here.
I'm just saying it could be incredibly important. Like if this is an actual gate,
Okay. So, as you read, Spencer, do you read aloud when
No, he normally doesn't. But
Okay.
if it's really interesting, he might.
I go, hey guys, look at this.
As you're looking and you're kind of trying to determine what everything is about, you feel something crawling into your head.
Ew.
It's disturbing.
Like,
That's upsetting.
Like not like a bug. It's like, when you have sort of that feeling like you're being looked at,
It's a snake.
but it's like being looked at out of your own eyes.
It's a
ew.
And it says,
You got a nope
Okay.
rope climbing in your ear.
go ahead.
No, I was gonna say he's gonna kind of look at the others and be like, "There's something very odd going on. I feel like there's someone in my brain crawling around. And it's not Teddy."
Roll your forceful, please.
Oh Jesus, my forceful's terrible. Oh,
Forceful brain.
Two.
So, yeah, your brain feels squished for a second. Your concentration kind of goes, and you feel like, when you get that sort of instant dizziness that can come upon you just for no reason, it seems like sometimes.
Mhm.
You have one of those moments where everything just swirls for a second.
Does Spencer look around at us when he says this stuff? Like he feels like there's something in his brain.
I said I looked at you guys and said it.
Doc is going to immediately pull out a pouch and start removing surgical equipment and just slowly, methodically start approaching Spencer.
I just slowly started just like holding him back, like no,
Okay.
you're not doing brain surgery today.
If there's something in his head, Mason, we need to get it out.
You're right, we do, but we also don't need you in his head.
Tabby,
no.
You'll notice that, well, actually you won't because you're digging down. So Spencer swoons and kind of almost looks like he's about to fall over.
Tabby, catch him.
Tabby's about a foot down in the ground at the minute.
That's why I said catch him.
I'd probably reach out and put my hands in the pillar to steady myself. I felt really dizzy.
Okay.
Even though that's probably not a good idea, but that is what I would do.
Yeah.
Start pounding your head against the pillar. Just do it. Just
Yeah.
beat your head.
So
against
you happen to touch it with your bloody hand. The pillar glows. It like vibrate glows. Tabby, you need to roll me a forceful, please.
Ooh, exciting. I'm so excited. I am so excited. I hope I die.
I have a question after this.
One!
she's gonna die.
Okay.
He's taking my
You
role.
are thrown out of the hole and back a foot
Oh no.
and land on your back, and you are out of breath for a second.
I shriek as I fly and then I'll be
Yeah. Okay.
Like that.
What's your question, Doc?
Okay, so these are the pillars.
Yep.
What is this material?
Well, it looks like a metal that
Like a gate? Like a physical gate?
like it's not a physical gate. It's over top of it. So it's like a
Oh, okay. So this is actually empty throughout the middle?
space.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And as far as you guys know, you haven't been able to bottom.
So as soon as all of that and the glowing starts and Mason was holding Doc back, he just takes a step back.
I just climb on top of the tank.
Spencer, as you do, you will get a vision pop up into your head of something staring back at you, and it says, "What are you doing here?"
Yeah, I'm investigating the gate. Kind of my job.
Probably not the best of ideas if you.
I'm starting to get that feeling. Who are you?
One who has been here a very, very long time. Very.
Don't let me disturb your rest. Oh, I think I'll be going now.
It looks at you and says, "My job is to protect this world from the Gurungal.
So once he says that, he stops like pulling because he was pulling away, but when he says that, he stops, and he kind of like looks at him. Hey, are you one of the autumn folk?
Some have called us that.
This is amazing. I mean, you've been here for that long? Thousands of years ago.
Oh, you think it's been 1,000 years? My friend, this gate existed before this planet existed.
Oh. Well, what's it doing here then?
It's here because this is where the next inference is coming from.
Inference?
Those that will come, they will come through and start to bring terror to this world.
The Garanol, you mean?
The Garangal, yes.
Garangal.
They are agents of chaos and destruction.
Why are they coming now? And how soon?
It's hard to know. They too have always been here. They have been fighting a war with us over billions of years. Our kin, the Spring people, have protected the former world. But we are the agents of defense and attack. You're hit with a pebble, by the way, Spencer.
Can they hear what I'm saying, or am I saying my side out loud?
Well, you said you don't talk out loud.
Oh, okay.
Wait, how can you not talk out loud? That is how you talk.
He-
Well, I said I don't. Yeah, I said I don't
He
read
doesn't
out.
read out loud. Are you talking out loud? You tell me.
I mean, if
They
I
don't
didn't-
hear the voice, by the way.
You said when I touch it, I can see him though, like kind of like a.
You
Looking
absolutely
at him?
can see him, yes.
Then if I can see him, yeah, then I would be talking out loud.
Okay.
Then for sure, Doc is throwing more pebbles at Spencer.
He's kind of
All
like
the
waving
pebbles.
the hand that's not touching the pillar. He's kind of like waving them at you, like
Hey,
stop
Josh.
it. He's not turning to look at you, but he's like waving his hand behind, like knock it off.
Mason, he's gone insane.
So he's gonna say,
You would know.
I've also heard of the Zentauri. Do they still exist?
There are many creatures who exist. They are interlopers into the world. In Aketus, the origin world.
I'm afraid I'm a little bit lost. Where is this Acutus?
Many distances away from you.
Is there anything that we can do to keep the gate closed to help you out?
Pray.
Pray, yeah, that was exactly what I was thinking. The being nods and says, the
Or the DM could die, and then we don't. know
yeah,
about it.
exactly. And cough. The being that now I will say, to describe what this being looks like, it almost looks like a giant armor, like a medieval armor, basically. And it has with it a sword, which appears to glow a bit. It's not like a lightsaber; it just has a glow to it, and it looks very much like he's sort of standing blocking the gate, effectively. And he says, I have stood here from the time your people came up from the apes that you originated. I will stand here well past the existence of this world. This gate passes through this galaxy as a protection point set before this world ever existed,
So you got
set
this. Got
by
it.
the old ones.
All right, move out. He's got this. Let's go.
But I will say the Girengal have already escaped the gate long ago. They are already coming to this world through other means.
That does not sound encouraging.
It nods and says it was not meant to be encouraging.
What other means are they coming here by? You said, and he kind of like points up. You mean they're coming from space?
That would be one method of travel, yes.
Is there anything that we can do to prepare for their coming?
Find the keys, unlock what has been left for you. There has been a preparation made. Those that came before you have been prepared.
Does this guy look anything like the robot we fought before? Or
No,
Okay.
not really, no. It's so difficult to sort of pinpoint exactly what he is,
Mhm.
because he doesn't look like, when I describe him as sort of being an armor man,
Yeah.
that's about as close as I can give you. Like,
Okay.
I kind of like a transformer without the ability to transform in the movies. That kind of idea. But
Okay.
it's blended with like shadows, and it's really hard to define what he is.
Okay.
Like, if you saw him in a different experience, he may look completely different.
Okie dokie.
Basically, I can point him out. In a way, he kind of looks like this.
Oh, okay. Oh my, that's creepy.
Uh-huh.
Is Spencer still the only one who sees it?
At the moment, yes.
So I'm gonna say to him, what keys? Where do we look?
You must find them. They're scattered. You found some of them already, but I understand. Your people are smart. They'll figure it out. Or you'll be destroyed by the Girengal when they arrive.
Again, comforting. How is it that I can see you? I mean, many people have come to this pillar before us. And he looks at his hands and, well, he doesn't take the hand off the pillar, but he looks towards the bloody hand. Is it the micro machines?
He looks at you and says, you have been touched by those who we work with, those who we protect, those who worked with the ancient gods. Those who bring light.
Like the hieroglyphics, the woman that could make light, and the man that ran fast, and the girl with the rainbow head covering.
Indeed, the old gods once reached our worlds, bringing with them the power of light and darkness. Winds, frost, life and death, all came from them. Those that you see descend from those people.
I mean, this is all just amazing. It's mind-blowing, really.
Find those folk and avoid the Zemtari. They will destroy you if they escape into this world. But for now, I must close this gate. My message has been passed. The gate must close.
We will do our best to prepare. We will look for the keys.
And he lifts his sword in almost a salute. And within that instant, you feel yourself thrown from the gate. And the gate dissipates. In a way, there's still it's still there, but you can tell that the metal or the strange metal about it is, and the glow that was there is gone.
So now they really are just stone.
Yeah. And all of the wording that was all that ancient alien wording is gone.
So did I get thrown away like Dabby did? Like I'm basically laying on my back?
Yeah, you landed on your back about a foot or two away from the gate.
So he's gonna sit up and shake his head. Did you guys see that? That was freaking amazing.
Mason.
Oh
we
my
need to get
god,
this-
what
we
just
need to get this straight
happened? What just happened?
You jumped out of a hole and Spencer was talking to himself.
Exactly.
No, I know, but like, why? Why were you talking to yourself? Why did he just get thrown away?
I wasn't talking to myself. You didn't see the giant metal bloke with the glowing eyes and the sword?
No.
I look at Mason and I just give him that okay hand symbol.
Yep, same. Like, yep. Brain surgery may be in your options now.
Near future.
I'm not crazy. Look, all the metal in the writing is gone. He left. The guardian of the gate. He told us, he said that the stuff we found in the papyrus, that it was true. That he was one of the autumn people. And the Gurnagal are coming. That we needed to find some keys.
Doc is going to walk up to Spencer and kind of like pat him on the back and start ushering him back towards Mason and says, yeah, Spencer, we need to find your keys. Yes, let's go do that.
Not my keys. Listen, Doc, I know I sound insane if you didn't see the man talking, but I swear to you, he was there. He said something about we needed to find the keys to unlock what was left behind for us in order to defeat the Gurnagal when they arrived, and they were coming from space. He said we had to find the people, like the ones on the hieroglyph, the man that could run fast.
Here, Spencer, have a Snickers. You're crazy when you're hungry.
That is.
Are there Snickers yet?
That's an anachronism. I think there might be Snickers, but that story is an anachronism.
He takes the Snickers bar and he bites it and he's like, Doc, I'm telling you the truth. Our freaking blood is full of micro machines and you don't believe me? And he's chewing, he's like, he told me that was the reason I could see him, because he put my blood on the pillar with the micro machines in it. That we'd been touched by the people that were left behind. By his descendants. The spring folk. Spring
Right.
people and the autumn
So,
folk. I'm getting back.
It was our blood that allowed you to see this mystery.
Not the blood exactly, but the machines.
Doc cuts his hand and places his hand on the pillar and just stares at Spencer.
I told you, he said he had to go. Look, all the metal that was there is gone,
Oh.
including...
Convenient, Spencer. He had to leave as soon as I saw him. Let's go find your keys.
Doc, do you not
You're
see
drunk.
the pillars?
Let's go home.
You saw the pillars before. They were part metal
You're home,
and
go
part
drunk.
stone. Now there's just stone.
Has the pillars actually changed?
Yes.
Oh, see, you know what? I believe him. There's more to this world than just what's obvious there, as we've all know in this line of work. Come on, Doc.
Spencer, say I believe you. And say I go along with this key hunt or whatever it is you feel we have to do next. Are you willing to come and sit down in my office with me for a while when we get back to HQ?
Not if you're going to dissect my brain.
I promise there will be no dissecting.
What about electroshock therapy or anything?
Tabitha, do you want an invite to my office as well?
No thanks.
Okay. And then he just looks back at Spencer with an arched eyebrow.
Why don't we just go report back to Bradford and let him decide what needs to be done, whether I'm insane or if we need to look into it.
Sure. And then I start walking back towards Mason, and I give him that same, like, okay hand signal, did like the little finger twirling like he's crazy sort of thing. And I
just nod.
keep
Yep.
walking.
Yep.
I mean, I look at Tabby. I mean, you did you at least see the pillar glowing? I saw you got blasted back from it. Fine, Tabby, don't back me up at all. I'm gonna leave.
No. I believe you. I trust you. I think that Doc is overreacting and obviously not been paying attention.
Oh, so Tabby, you saw the Invisible Man too, and he's with you?
No, I didn't, but I saw
Doc
something
immediately
happen
turns
to
on
him.
his heels and starts walking away.
No, something obviously happened to him, though. I mean, didn't he, like, glow? Didn't everybody else see him glowing?
I mean, you'd think they would have, yeah.
Yeah, so, like, come on. Obviously, everything's fine. I look at Mason, like, come on, man. Mason here.
What time of day is it, John?
It's early afternoon. It's hot.
I mean, I thought he was crazy
that
long
glow
before
could have
any of
just
this,
been
so
from the sun refracting off of something on his clothes.
What on his clothes? What on his clothes could make him glow like that?
I'm not sure. When we get back to HQ, I will analyze his.
What
Answer
blasted?
nothing. He's
What
telling
blasted
the
us?
truth.
And what blasted us both back away from the gate?
Yeah, like what threw us? There's obviously something going on here, and we both felt like the gate eating us and things watching us.
I didn't see anybody get thrown back. I was writing in my notebook.
Well, that's your fault for not paying attention, Mr. Observant.
He's just mad because I was making notes about him.
Yeah, so don't let your personal
Doc walks away.
Walk
Doc
away,
solution to
coward.
everything.
By the way, Tabby, the note I handed you in Bradford's office just says Doc thinks I'm writing notes about him.
Nice. Nice. That's excellent.
Nice. So, with that, do you walk back to, or take a horse back to where you can get a vehicle?
Yeah.
I guess. I mean, I kind of look at Mason like, what are we doing? I mean, you agree with Doc? You think I'm crazy?
I always thought you were crazy.
Let's.
I think all of you are crazy at various times. Hell, I'm even crazy at various times.
Well, that's true enough, I suppose.
But we all know what we saw, right? I know what I felt. There's obviously something going on there, and so it doesn't surprise me that he saw something more. I'm just upset I didn't get to see it.
Again,
Well, I mean,
Doc yells from the distance, I am the least crazy sane person here.
I have the certificate to prove it.
I printed it out on my computer.
That doesn't exist.
I yell back, you can't sign your own medical documents.
Watch me.
Watch me, I got a
You'll
fake
never get
name and
licensed if
everything.
you do this.
I mean, I would have had you.
I don't think he cares about that.
I thought
I
that
like
you guys.
I like to believe he does.
If it makes you feel better.
It does. It really does.
I mean, I would have had you touch the pillars too. But I thought you could see him. I mean,
No.
he looked like he was solid, just standing there.
No. What did it say to you?
He said that he'd been the guardian of this gate for. Well, I said he must have been here for thousands of years, but he said it meant much longer than that. That the gate existed even before the planet did.
Whoa. Okay. That's pretty terrifying.
And that it was an entry point for the Gurnagal to enter our world, but he was guarding against them. But that they were here by other means because they couldn't get through the gate, which was from space.
What's the Gurnagal?
I don't know.
No, that's good.
Some kind of enemy, I'm guessing.
Some sort of invader.
Yeah, I mean they were depicted as demons in the.
This sounds like something out of like Mars Attacks, whatever. Not Mars Attacks. That didn't.
I mean, they were.
I mean, War of the Worlds.
Yeah, War of the
Yeah.
Worlds. That's what I meant. I actually did mean War of the Worlds. I just couldn't.
Ow!
Ugh.
Stop throwing pebbles at me!
Nice.
Stop deserving to have pebbles thrown at you.
He doesn't deserve pebbles being thrown at him.
I'm that's probably what Doc's.
I mean, that's what he told me that they were coming, and that I asked him how we could prepare if they were to come, and he said that we had been given keys and we had to find them. That there was something that was left for us that the keys would unlock that would help us to defeat them. And then he told me to find the people, like a man that could run fast.
That is very strange. I mean, surely the man who could run fast is long dead.
Maybe. I mean, this guy was here for who knows how long. He also told me that the gods were real.
Which gods? All of them? Every god? Even the ones that say that they're the only god?
He didn't really go into specifics, but he said that the ones that could control the wind, the snow, the ice, the fire.
Well, that's disappointing for a lot of people, say.
I mean, they may not have been gods. They might have been whatever he was.
That's true. Either way,
So-
still upsetting for a lot of people. Not me, but others.
So, you start to walk back at this point now?
Yeah.
I thought we were already walking in.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
I thought this was going on while we were doing that.
I guess. Yeah, that's true. Oh, dear.
I like to think that Doc is a little grumpier than normal because everyone else dressed for the occasion and Doc's still just wearing his black suit.
Now is-
Well, I always get the impression now, ever since it happened last time, that no matter where they are, Spencer's got some form of suit on with a top hat that looks like it's meant to be like business wear, but it could be like camouflaged, it could be khaki, it can be all sorts of things.
Oh my god.
Yep, it's all light khaki with like a safari type
Yeah.
top hat now.
Nigel Thornberry over here.
He's got jorts on.
Oh God, no, not shorts.
And anyway, so you guys you guys walk back, having had this long discussion, and you reach. Eventually, you reach your destination, and eventually make your way back to Cairo. And one question I guess I should ask: in the things that you scraped there, Doc, did you scrape the drawing of the cat?
Sure.
Okay, good to know. All right.
Also, I would have scraped one of the non-colored sections of the wall as a comparison.
Okay. Can you roll me a clever roll?
Sure.
Okay, that was a good clever roll. You, at some point in the travel back, look at the vial with the cat drawing scrapings, and you see it moving around in the vial.
I notate that in my notebook and then put the vial away.
And every once in a while, as it moves around, you almost get the impression it's waving at you.
I'll humor it. I'll take it back out and I'll look at it like kind of like secretly, like in the palm of my hand or something. And I'll just stare at it for a moment.
Okay. I assume eventually you'll have to get, like, it's not like a load or anything. It's just a tiny amount.
Right.
So it's, you'd have to basically see it with a magnifying glass, but it almost looks like it's blowing kisses to you at some point.
Doc rolls his eyes and puts it back in his bag and just says, I'll wait until I can use my equipment back at the lab.
And yeah, so with that, you guys arrive back at the base. Bradford brings you all in for a debriefing. After hearing the story from Spencer, because I'm assuming Spencer would be very quick to tell him, he then says, well, this matches some of what you translated from the book. Or the papyrus, I guess I should say.
Yes. Exactly.
It's very disconcerting. I don't like this twist. I prefer it when it's all some strange fog or some old weapon system that was tested or anything of that kind of thing. But this whatever it is, combined with what we found last time you guys went to Israel, I'm concerned that there are something going on in this world that I'm not happy about. And he looks at you all and says, as far as I'm concerned, to examine this further, Spencer, I need you to look into some documents on this. See if you can figure out any combination of names that have some correlation to this, and see if you can figure out what on earth is going on.
Try my best.
As for the rest of you, thank you very much for your help and your assistance. Doc, can you stay for a few minutes?
Is it absolutely necessary, sir?
Yes, it is.
Fine.
As he's walking out the door, Spencer pauses. The being did say that we've already found some of the keys. So whatever they are, apparently we're ahead. If we could figure out what the keys we already have are, it'll help to uncover the rest. And then he walks out.
Yeah, speaking of head, we have a date in my office at some point.
I said only if Bradford agrees.
Bradford looks at you, Doc, and says, as long as there's nothing invasive, I think it's a good idea to check on him. Just make sure he's all up to speed and actually sane.
Doc will know.
But in the meantime, I've been asked to request that you make a visit. A house call, if you will, if you're up for it. Well, this is going to sound very peculiar, but Dr. Einstein is asking for you.
Doc just blinks several times.
I don't
Okay.
know why, but that's what he's asked me to do.
And when am I supposed to do this house call, sir?
Well, it best be now, because as I understand it, he's about to give a speech in the next few days, and he wanted to see you before then.
I need an hour before I leave.
Not a problem. I can give you all the time you need. You just need to be on the plane by tonight.
Doc will nod and turn and walk out.
Okay. And with that, we'll have to find out what happens next week. Yay!
Dang it. I gotta
I got
write
you.
notes.
I got you.
Now I have to write notes to remember to do things, John.
Fair enough. All right, Webby, where can we find you online?
In the internet.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good
That's
start,
right.
people.
Uh-huh.
Oh, you mean specifically
Yeah.
Twitter at Jax Forest Walker, all one word.
And Devin.
You guys can find me on Twitter at DMP_Pookie and at Twitch at Pookilton.
And Rob.
You can find me on Twitter at Confessor_X and on Twitch at ConfessorX.
And Em.
Hi, you can find me as Orange Father or Father Orange. Pretty much anywhere. Some places I am not that. But you know.
Some places I may not be that, but I am sometimes that. And you can find me at Linstead DM. You can find everything we do at distractionsmedia.com. And of course, as always, you can find out about Fate of Heroes and our other podcasts at facebook.com/Fate of Heroes. Until next week, everyone, take care.
Goodbye.
Have a great day.
Have a good night. We love you.
Bye.
This has been a Distractions Media production. For more info, you can check out everything we do on distractionsmedia.com.
Did you know that Distractions has its own Twitch channel? You can actually find everything that we're doing and all of our various streamers at twitch.tv/distractionsmedia. Check us out, won't you?